That was so good. Give it up for Lynn. Let's drop the emojis and all of the things. And if you have more takeaways, share them in the chat so I can start to teach you this system. But it's like, do you understand the thing behind the thing? Which until we're prepped or primed to receive the information, then it will go in one ear and out the other. So we have to first teach you 4 levels of value. We first have to teach you that you're a pro. Tap your chest and say, I am a pro and I'm one chapter ahead. Like I like to say, I literally had an offer that killed it in 2025 called Build the Plane as You Fly. Because this is the whole transparency aspect of it. We don't want you to show up online and be like, I've done all these things that I haven't done, or I'm like this cool. You know what resonates most? And this is like simple. So, this is the simple step, right? What resonates most with the people called to your voice is when you're honest and transparent. So, a lot of times, people who got on the free 25-minute calls, I would say, it's like, can I tell you that in 2025, I did hundreds of offer reviews. So this is the whole part of simple. And a lot of you DM me like, I want to know how to go simple. Like simple is directly correlated to fast. We'll do fast next, and we're saving the best for last. It's like how to actually make money doing it and have a bigger impact. But it's like with simple, we have to like look at the offers, okay? And there is an exercise we'll do within the rich step about how to frame your brain around all of it. But I did hundreds of offer reviews. People would stand up on stage. Is my guy Justin is still in the house? He and I did this once together. Like we did this for our mentor. I then did it virtually, meaning I can hear an offer without any context and give you feedback as to how fast it will convert or what's missing to turn the dial 1%. And that's because I did it again and again and again and again and again all throughout 2025. And we miss it because we think more is more. But this is truly the case of less is more. Is my internet freezing? Somebody nod your head. No, okay. Um, so the first thing to know about simpler is more is not more, less is more. And how can you scale? This is what Lynn has been alluding to, and you might not have noticed. How can you scale way back? Somebody say way back on what you're promising and simply, there's the word simple, over deliver. So, like, what I like to have people do is write out if you were to wave a magic wand and were to start monetizing or iterate your offer or actually get your offer into momentum. Who was in our challenge we just had like not too long ago? It was so fun. You guys did so good. But like, it's constant. That's not like show up for one 5-day challenge and like have all the answers figured out. It's literally showing up to the masterclass, coming, staying in my orbit, doing our January thing, our February thing, or like just locking arms and partnering with me for a year because it's the constant iteration. And it's who was I talking to the other day? It's the nuance. It's literally the nuance. Like Lynn and I could sell the exact same thing, but we're going to sell it slightly different. This is why in the language translation industry, this is a $100 bajillion industry, and there are thousands of language service providers. And I worked for the biggest of the biggest of the biggest, and then I consulted the smallest of the smallest. And we're all literally selling the exact same thing. Humans who are doing the translation, not AI. AI has existed in our industry for years and years and years and years and years, way before AI, ChatGPT. We were using things called translation memory, right? But it's literal humans who are doing the translation of the UI on Apple's interface or Google, for example. And it's a price to the bottom, it's a race to the bottom in a highly, it's called a commoditized industry. And many of us are in a commoditized industry, whether we know it or like it or not, because we're selling coaching. We're teaching people how to write best-selling books. There's lots of people who do that. This is called the blue ocean strategy. So when you're simplifying your offers, you want to make sure, write this down, that your offer is all that there's already offers existing in the blue ocean, the red ocean, I guess, in this case. In the red ocean, you want to make sure that there's fish biting, sharks biting the fish, whatever the analogy is, because you want to make sure there's already money flowing to a type of offer. And then this is like language translation. There's all these vendors. That means it's a needed service around the world. Then you're going to create a little blue lagoon for yourself and differentiate yourself from everybody else. And that's why people feel called to your voice. And so simple is all about look like how do I just like make this easy? One of my mentors I paid $150,000 to 125,000 for one offer. Um, and I learned 5 words from her, and Lynn has heard me say this so many times. But 3 of those words were make it easy. I basically paid her $75,000 to say, Kristen, make it easy. Make it easy. And I am on a testimonial on her website or somewhere in her marketing material. That was the best advice I ever heard. Because when you're paying a lot of money, guess what's going to happen? You're going to write this down, pay attention. So your people called to your voice want to, we'll do something later about like needs versus wants, but people want to spend a lot of money with you. They really, really do. They want to spend money. And when they pay, now they're willing to pay attention. But I've taught you in this segment here a few core principles, and we'll do some takeaways and I'll keep moving about how to make your offer simpler. Less is more, not more is more. So it's not more things. One of the key principles is over deliver. How do you do that? You scale everything out so that they're buying the bare minimum. You guys know that in 2024, I was selling a $25,000 offer, and people in the room that bought this offer, I love them. They know that. I was selling 6 1-to-1s for $25,000. Like that's it. And like janky courses. When I say janky, it's like I didn't go produce a bunch of courses. One day I sat right here and I recorded what like 25 2-minute videos on like taking imperfect action basically. Other times my courses, quote unquote, are literally Zoom calls, right? That we're repurposing or maybe chopping up. It's like, how do you make it easy? Because I learned through the art and strategy of selling one-to-one, one-to-many, that you can't sell the thing that you want to sell. You have to listen to what they're saying and give it to them. This is called asking what they want and give them what they need. And so I'm teaching you a lot of core principles in this 5 minutes. Like Lynn is like giddy with it. She knows. I'm teaching you all of the keys to the kingdom right now. And you're like, but it sounds too simple. You're not really, maybe you're saying you're not really saying anything. I'm saying exactly the words that matter so that you don't go off into a rabbit hole and create the perfect landing page, the perfect offer. We're going to talk next about fast, how to get it into momentum if you weren't in that challenge, but I'll teach you some new things real quick. But it's like simpler is all about making it easy, less is more, using what's not in your offer to over deliver, right? What are some of the other things I said? Because that's the core of that's the core of the simplicity here. Make it easy. Red ocean, blue ocean, make sure your offer is in one niche. You know, there's 3 niches: health, wealth, and relationships. And then we'll do takeaways and questions. Health, wealth, and relationships. Sometimes, yes, true. When you partner with me, I'm going to help you make more money. That's okay. That's a good thing. And your relationships will improve and your health will probably improve too. But the thing is wealth. So the byproduct might be the other two, but you need to know which vertical, which health, wealth, or relationship niche you're in. You want to sell just in one niche. Okay.